What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here, and welcome to Track and Ace. Alright, let's talk about this final tomorrow for the 200 meter, women's 200 meters. I'm going to talk about the guys, the men's 200 meters as well towards the end of the video. So let's lock and load here. Now, today's races were very interesting, man, because I definitely, so far, I haven't really seen any, huge surprises or anything like that through the first two rounds. I think everything's going according to plan. And like I said, I believe that's the way it's going to play out. You know, from some of the action, like I said, on the screen here, you're going to see all three of the heats. And you're going to see the total summary of all the heats together, who's in the top, you know, for who all qualify and all that stuff. I'm going to put that on the screen. And hopefully I get also a chance to show you the start list for tomorrow night's final. So let's go through how this went. So let's start with Gabby Thomas, because Gabby Thomas was very interested in this. She had a 21.97, which is the fastest in the field, ahead of Shericka Jackson. Now, if this plays out like the women's 400 did yesterday, where Natalia Kaczmarek was a silver medalist and she had the fastest time in the semifinal, but Paulino took the entire race and took the gold at final, it could be the same thing here, because the silver medalist might be Gabby Thomas and Shericka Jackson's the one to win gold. And it might play out the same exact way. Now, Dina Smith was the other qualifier for the first heat. And so as you guys see here on the screen, the most interesting person for me in this one was Daryll Kadari, who had a 22.75. I thought that was a decent time for her, and just to make it to the semifinal, I thought was pretty good for her. Natalia White missed out with a 22.52. So there was nobody in this heat that was really threatening for a qualified position. That happened in the other two heats. But I do feel like Gabby Thomas is running pretty good right now. I think she's in pretty good form. This season might be this season could be her best season yet, from the way things are looking. I think she has gotten better. And it just goes to show you how real injuries are. Like, injuries are really real. Like, they can really affect you. So Gabby Thomas last season really rebounded from last season, man, and got to give us some kudos. Let's look at heat number 2. Julien and Alfred won this one over Daryll Neita. Now, Daryll Neita had a 22.21. I thought that this was pretty goddamn impressive, if you ask me. Very impressive time here from Daryll Neita. And Daryll Neita is someone that can always sneak up on you. Like, sometimes people forget how good this woman is, man. So, pretty good number from her. And she's going to be someone to watch out. I think the two Brits, her and Dina Smith, they're always going to be a problem for anybody in the final. Because that's how Dina Smith snuck up in the third place. If you're not careful, they will sneak up and get the third and get the bronze. They will sneak up on you, man. So you need to handle your business. Juju continues to impress after a long college season. She is still doing well. And most people think she is the best female collegiate track athlete of all time. I got a hard time disagreeing with anybody on that. I believe she is. And Juju has arrived, man. She is doing such a great job. But this was such a close race at the top, man, between her and Neita, man. It was really good. Strachan actually qualified. She got the smaller queue. She had to wait around. She qualified over Kayla White. Let's talk about Kayla White, man. Oh, my God, man. See, this is why. This won't happen again next year, because Abby's going to get she's going to get that qualified spot at Nationals next year, man, as long as she's healthy. This is what I was afraid of, and I mentioned this but I never got a chance to release it because of my copyright strike problems on the channel. I was going to say in my recap of the final in the 200 Nationals, U.S. Nationals, I was going to talk about how I was concerned if we wouldn't get the American trio of Gabby Thomas, Sha'Carri Richardson, and Kayla White all on the podium. I mean, not on the podium, but making it to the final. And I had this weird feeling that Kayla White was not going to make it, bro. And she did. Now, she was in a spot where she almost qualified. So, that's the positive thing, is that it wasn't a total tragedy here. But she still didn't make it. You know, couldn't be Strachan for the smaller cube. I think that's very disappointing, because seeing where her time was at, which was, I believe it was like a 22.01 to stand off Abby Steiner. Injured Abby Steiner, by the way. So, man, this is very disappointing, man. See, that's why I say I think Kayla White took a spot and wasted it, bro. And I know I sound like a horrible person for saying that, but that's why I was always nervous about her getting in, because I didn't have any confidence in her getting into the final. I didn't. I never had confidence in her getting into the final. Because I always asked, would she even get to the final? Because I like, for my final three, my top three on the American side, I want to make sure all three of them can get in the final. That way we got it. The more people we got, the bigger chance we got to win or have someone to get on the podium. This year, I'm not as worried about the podium as I was last year, because Gabby Thomas or Sha'Carri Richardson will get there on the podium. So at least we got that. It's not a big deal this year that Kayla White didn't get there, but that is one of the reasons why I was worried. Hopefully next year, Abby Steiner is healthy, because I know she'll make it to the final at least when she gets to Worlds. Not Worlds, but the Olympics, but very disappointed. But still a pretty good season for Kayla White, though, overall. Also, Semifinal from Poland had a 23.34 here. Semifinal is very young. I think that she's got a lot of area to prove, just like her countrymen, Yula Sabota in the 100 and Natalia Kaczmarek in the 400. But she usually raced for Belarus, but she raced for Poland this year. I'm guessing her nationality is in both countries or whatever, so she decided to represent Poland this year. But, you know, Semifinal, I don't know. You know, I wanted to see her do a little bit better here, but it is what it is. She came in last place. Again, it is what it is. Let's go to heat number 3. The heat of death, as they say. Shericka Jackson, Sha'Carri Richardson, Josée Toulouse, top 3. And this one was interesting. So, here's the thing. So, they even mentioned this on the broadcast as well. The U.S. broadcast. Because I know I got some Jamaican viewers in here. They mentioned that Shericka, like, there was some Jamaican fans that Shericka Jackson, I have seen it though, so this wasn't a lie by the broadcast. I actually saw some Jamaicans saying it's Sha'Carri Richardson in her head because of the 100-meter win, and because every time they go head to head, Sha'Carri Richardson wins. Now, I'm going to say this. I think with Shericka beating her here, I think her confidence is back up that she could beat Sha'Carri. Because one thing you got to remember is Sha'Carri is really more of a 100 runner than a 200. So Shericka still got that advantage. Her and Gabby Thomas still had that advantage. And I consider Julien and Alfred to be more 200 than 100 as well. So they do have that advantage over Sha'Carri Richardson. But I will say that I do think if that was a thing, you know, because like I said, people do talk. I'm not total in belief of it, but if that was the case, I think Shericka got her confidence back by beating her head to head here. You know, even though it was just a semifinal, maybe she got her confidence back here. Because those things, psyche, this sport is as much mental as it is physical. And you guys know that. So you always got to be focused in on that. And now, Josée Toulouse, the times. Let me go over the times real quick. Shericka Jackson had a 22 flat. I thought that was a pretty good time for her. And the reason why I think that was a pretty good time for her, because Gabby Thomas had a 21.97. I want to talk about those two when I get to the summary. Sha'Carri Richardson had a 22.20. I thought that was a nice time for her. I think that's similar to the time that she got at National. I think her time was like a 22.18. So I think Sha'Carri Richardson is right where she needs to be. She may get another 21.9, maybe even dips down to a 21.8. I think that's very possible for her. She may even get a 21.7 tomorrow. I think Sha'Carri's going to have a really good race tomorrow. I really do. I think she's going to have a way better showing than she's going to have at Nationals. I think her confidence is up. And the pressure is off. She don't got really nothing to lose. This isn't her event. So her main event, I think she doesn't really have much to lose. So I think with that monkey off her back, getting that gold medal, she's going to play free and easy. That might be dangerous for the other racers. You know what I mean? So I do expect Sha'Carri to finish in the top 4 somewhere. Now, Tolu had a great season this year, man. 100, but the problem is she may come away empty-handed at Worlds because this field is so stacked. I think Julien and Alfred also makes it really tough for her to get a spot. So I don't know, but her time is real good here. 22.26. She had a season best. Pretty good stuff from Marie-Josée Tolu. And the only other person to really know here was Favorite Philly from Nigeria. And I've been hearing so much about Favorite Philly over the last couple of years. Favorite Philly just has not gotten it done on the pro level. Like, I haven't seen her get it done yet. I keep hearing all this shit about Favorite Philly. I have not seen her get it done when it's on the big stage. I'm seeing Julien and Alfred do things already. I'm not seeing Favorite Philly doing things. You know what I mean? She better step up. Favorite Philly better step up, bro, because all that hype I heard about her, bro, she ain't getting it done right now, bro. I don't want to hear nothing about Favorite Philly until she gets it done. Because this is another disappointment by her. Now, let's go to the summary. So you can see the top 4. Okay? Now, what did I tell y'all earlier? The biggest threats are Daryll Neita and Dina Asher-Smith. Dina Asher-Smith being the defending bronze medalist in this event from Worlds last year. You can't sleep on her. She can sneak up on you at any time. So, I literally think the race for 3rd place, because I do think it's either Gabby or Shericka's going to win. Let me talk about them real quick, then I'll talk about the rest of the field. They will preview. So this will be my preview for tomorrow, basically. Then we're going to talk about the men's, and we're going to end this. So Gabby Thomas. My whole thing with Gabby Thomas is if Shericka's running at personal best levels. Now, the thing with Shericka is she hasn't ran at the level she ran at last year, where she was below a 21.6 at least 2 or 3 times last season. We haven't seen her do that this year. So that is something that we're going to have to watch out for the most part, and we're going to have to take a look at that. Okay? Now, Shericka has the capabilities of getting a 21.5. All right? This is why I trust Shericka a little bit more than Gabby. But I do think this is the year. If you're going to beat Shericka Jackson, this might be the year. I think her. I just don't feel like she's been running the same this year as she did last year. So if Gabby could get, the only thing that I'll preface with Gabby, and the reason why I'm kind of doubting Gabby here, is that she might pull what she did at the Olympics, and it's not the Eugene surface. This is a slower surface, and that's my problem. Is that Gabby does so well on the Eugene surface that can she reach under a 21.7 when it really matters to beat Shericka? Because that's what it's going to take, in my opinion. I don't think this race is going to run as fast as last year because, like I said, it's not in Oregon. It's on the slowest surface. I don't think we're going to see anything crazy like 21.45 to win. I don't think we're going to see anything like that. I think what we're going to see is maybe 21.7 might win it. I'm going to be honest with y'all. 21.7 might win it. 21.6 would definitely win it. Anything higher than anything lower than that. So I will say this: if you're going to bet tomorrow, because I have been betting, like I've been telling you, I've been doing a lot of sports betting. If you bet, and I know I'm doing this, I'm taking the top 4, taking the top 4 to win. And usually, you know, if this was a 1, 2, 3, it'd be a lot harder because I'm going to have to include Neita and Ashley Smith in the third position. Now, but when we're talking about winning, the top two will be Gabby and Shericka Jackson. Now, the reason why I think you need to do 4, and trust me, let me look at the odds real quick on tomorrow's race. Let me look at them on FanDuel. Hold on, let me pull this up real quick. Damn, I might have to. Let me see if I do it on my computer. I can pull it up a little quicker for y'all because my app on my phone, I might have to restart it. Let me restart my phone right now. Let's go to athletics. Let's see. Do they have it on here? Damn, they do not have it on here. They have the 800 on here, but it won't be up here. It won't be on here until tomorrow. Damn, because I wanted to see what the odds were going to be for Julien, Alfred, and Sha'Carri Richardson. I'm going to say this. Let me say this though. I would just bet on the top 4. I will put a bet on Gabby, Shericka, Juju, and Richardson. I will put a bet on all 4. If you got a little bit more money to spend, put one on Toulouse. Put one on Toulouse. But I don't think Neita, Toulouse, or Smith, and definitely not Strachan. No disrespect to Strachan, but Strachan is probably the only one in this group that doesn't have a remote chance of winning. But I will say Gabby, Shericka, Juju, Richardson, do 4 in this one. Do 4. Because I'm telling you, Richardson, you don't know what type of Richardson you're going to see tomorrow. You don't know what type of Juju you're going to see. The only thing you could have against Juju is her youth in a long college season. That's the only thing you can have against her in this race. I strongly believe, Gabby and Shericka will win. So put most of your money on them. Put a majority of the money on them. Put small bets towards Alfred and Richardson. Because their pluses should be huge enough where you should be able to get a good amount. I usually do, right now I'm doing like smaller bets, so I'll probably get about 11 because I did the same thing in 100 meters. I chose the top 4 women, and it worked out perfectly for me. Richardson gave me almost $12, so I would do it just like that. But like I said, for third place, I think it's 5 women deep. I think Juju could get it done. I think Sha'Carri could get it done. I think Neita could get it done. I think Toulouse could get it done. I think Ashley Smith is going to get it done. Third place is going to be up for grabs. And if Thomas and Jackson aren't careful, either they're going to be in third themselves or they're going to be out. They're going to everybody, because this is such a deep field, you're going to have to run well. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. When I was thinking about Kayla White, because I see her again on here at 22.34, I believe Abby would have definitely beat that 22.34. I think she would have done better than Strachan, because even when she developed that injury was at semifinals last year. And I think her time was below, I think it was like a 22 point, it was definitely below a 22.30 from what I remember. She would have definitely at least been like somewhere where Toulouse and Ashley Smith was, at the lowest. So she would have qualified. And if she's healthy, man, she might have did better than Juju. She might have at least been third best in this. I don't think she would have ran faster than Shericka Jackson in the semifinal. But that's why next year it's going to be so interesting, man. It's going to be so interesting to see the way this is going to go. Because you add her into the mix, it's going to be fun as hell next year, man. But let me talk about the men real quick, man, because I didn't want to do a separate video for this, because I'm going to talk about Abby Steiner in the next video. Then I need to talk about Femke Bol. So let's go over the men real quick. Because the men had it's going to be a very interesting race tomorrow. I do have Noah Lyles winning. I think he's on a mission. And he's looking really good. He's been looking really good since last year. I don't want to bet against that man to win this thing. I think Noah Lyles ran his race so free and easy. He made it look too easy. I think he's going to... I think with the Eugene track surface running the 19.3, I don't see him doing that. I think he'll run a 19.5, 19.4 at the highest. I hope I'm wrong. And he does a 19. If he runs a 19.3, hand the Olympic medals over to him next year. Just hand it over to him. Because ain't nobody got a chance. Because he's going to be running at this. He might be even running even better next year. Because his focus is towards making up for the 2021 Olympics. I think Noah Lyles looks fantastic right now, guys. I don't have a doubt about this guy winning tomorrow. But his biggest threat is going to be... Now, Kung Fu Kenny ran probably one of his best races of his career today. He ran a 19.96, a little better than Area 9 in Tobago. Tobago and him were in the same heat, and it was the fastest heat that we've seen so far. Even though Area 9 is on paper with Zarnell Hughes and Andre DeGrasse was supposed to have been the fastest one. And we saw Joseph Fambale. We saw him in there. He only got a 22.21, but he did qualify. Small Q for him. Andre DeGrasse as well. Ogando from Dominican Republic. I think he's going to be a huge wild card in here to get on the podium. Tobago, to me, is if he isn't careful, Tobago, he might not be on the podium. Because this could be an American sweep. If Kenny Bonderick brings it, because I believe Area Knighton will be on the podium. Area Knighton for his age is incredible. Incredible. Hopefully I get a chance to talk a little bit more about him tomorrow after the final, because I will definitely do a separate video on the 200-meter men's final tomorrow. Area Knighton is going to be something special by the 2028 Olympics. This dude, he made a mistake, right? He slowed down and looked around, right? I guess world-class competition, a defending Olympic gold medalist in Andre DeGrasse and Zarnell Hughes, who has had the best year of his career so far, made it look easy. And the only reason why it was even remotely close was because of what he did. If the young fella didn't make that mistake, bro, oh, that's how scary that shit is, bro. This youngster is scary. He had a 19.98. Now, he's not ready to beat Noah Lyles yet, but the longer Noah Lyles, I'll say this, the longer Noah Lyles stays in the sport, the more he's going to suffer against Area 9. The older Area 9 gets, the better he's going to get. This is the one kid that's got a real chance to break Usain Bolt's record, or at least threaten it. I think he's going to at least threaten it in the 200. This kid is something else. But Kung Fu Kenny, keeping an eye on him. I think Zarnell Hughes, the type of season he's having, I think he's going to show out. And then Andre DeGrasse, always someone you want to watch out for. I am proud of Fambale, Joseph Fambale. I'm really proud of him to get into the final. Watch that kid in college. Really excited that he did his thing, man. Courtney Lindsay also didn't make it. That's another notable one. And Brandon Rodney from Canada as well. And Orga from Uganda as well. But I'm telling you, Tobago is the one that it's his podium spot to lose. Because I'm telling you, this ain't going to be like this tomorrow. Area Knighton will probably be second or third. Kung Fu Kenny, I don't think he's going to run as good as he did today. I think he's going to be a little bit slower tomorrow. But I'm telling y'all, this could go a lot of different ways, man. Andre DeGrasse didn't make the 100. That could make him dangerous for tomorrow as well. Zarnell Hughes, I'm keeping an eye on that dude, man. He's having a special season. But so betting wise, you probably for those of y'all that's betting, you're probably asking who to put the money on. Since this is just a win, this is not 1, 2, 3. Just put it on Lyles and Knighton. I don't think you need to put money on Kung Fu Kenny. That will be an upset. Now, if you're seriously worried about losing money, put a bet on Kung Fu Kenny, and I will say either Zarnell Hughes or DeGrasse. If you want to go a 4-way, put money on Hughes and DeGrasse, just in case things get chaotic for Lyles or Area 9. But I expect those two. If you're just going to do 2 in this one, because you definitely don't got to do like 4 or 5 like you do in a woman. Lyles and Knighton should show up and do their thing. They look too confident. They look too good right now. Lack of concentration or injury could be the thing that deters them. But I think Noah Lyles is too focused. He's prepared for the Olympics next year. I expect him to get the win. Put a lot of money on Lyles. That's going to do it for this video, y'all. Give me y'all thoughts on this, man. Shout out to Star Run. I got a chance to chop it up with Star Run in the video. Jay with the analyst, had a really good conversation with him earlier. Definitely shout out to him and the rest of you guys as well, man. Go ahead and get this video a like, share, subscribe. Remember, if you want to bet, want to start betting, I got a FanDuel link in the description box. Remember to gamble responsibly, though. If you have an addictive personality, stay away from gambling. And also, if you want to donate, the ways to donate are also in the description box. Go ahead and get this video a like, share, subscribe. We're going to move on to, I think I'm going to do Fickle Bowl first, and I'm going to wrap it up with Abby Steiner. Go ahead and get this video a like, share, subscribe. Y'all, thank y'all for watching Track and Ace. See y'all tomorrow.